Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. We got something pretty cool coming in today. So this is Mr. 75 Caprice, Mr. Juan. Juan, tell me a little bit about this car.
We picked this car up about a month or 2 months ago. I don't remember. You know, I buy so many Caprices, I can't even tell you.
Guy's got a few cars.
I'm gonna say a couple 2 months. I'm gonna say whatever. Y'all can actually go on my YouTube, Mr. 75 Caprice, if y'all want to know more about the car, like history, how I bought it, and who I bought it from. The guy actually recorded this build. He's got a YouTube channel, which his name is on the windshield, I believe.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, he used to race the car, I'm guessing. He did a new turbo setup, so he added a bigger turbo, from what I was told, and it hasn't been tuned. So I was told when I bought it that it just needed a tune. I think it's a 5.3 engine with a big turbo. I'm not sure that's a good thing or not, but that's why we're here.
We can make it work, yeah.
That's why we're here, because, you know, CJ's the mastermind with this. So we were gonna wait till next year, but now I figure like the time comes fast and the weather hasn't been too bad. So I was like, you know what?
Yep.
Let's just get it going. Because if it's just a tune, hopefully, you know, it could get done pretty quick.
Yep.
You know, so
yep.
If not working with.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what we're here, and
yeah.
Hopefully, right now when we pop the hood and CJ looks at it, he doesn't get scared or anything.
Yeah.
If he gets scared, I'm gonna get scared.
No, I haven't seen underneath the hood yet. Hopefully this thing ain't too bad. The car is all right. It's nothing crazy, but we're gonna unload it off the trailer and I'll bring it into the shop and pop the hood and see what we got going on. Alright guys, it's been a little while since Juan dropped off this car. We are finally getting around to checking it out and go over some stuff. This thing's pretty nice, it's not too bad. Nice Edelbrock intake, which is my preference. We believe it's like an 80 mil turbo, 5.3, it's got 317 heads, nice hooker crossover, turbo manifold. It's got a built turbo 400, I believe. Converter seems kind of tight, but we're gonna drive it around today and get used to this thing. First things first, Justin's going over the tune. Of course, that's the main reason it's here. But while it's here, I'm gonna check over a couple of things like spark plugs. I'm just gonna check oil and little stuff like that to make sure this thing isn't gonna blow up once it starts seeing some boost. So we'll get the cameras rolling once we start cruising around in this deal. It's a pretty cool car. The interior, definitely my color. Enhance. All the up arrows, Justin says. All right, well, let's get used to this thing. So I just pulled a plug out. I'm not sure what a BK R7E is, but we usually run the BF7ER or whatever. So other than that, see if I can get to zoom in here. It's a little crusty, probably pretty rich, and the gap is pretty tight, which is probably fine. But I'll probably put new plugs in here just because we don't normally run these. So we're going to put something in that we know works, and it's more of our preference. But we'll throw this in for now and throw some plugs in it. But we're ready to drive this thing, so we're going to cruise around a little bit and see what we see. Let's do a third gear pull real quick. Still kind of did it. That's weird. So basically, what's happening is you hit the throttle pedal and it's real doggy and real sluggish, and then all of a sudden there's like a flip of a light switch and then the boost rolls in hard. So there's something going on with the computer where it's not allowing the wastegates to close right away. So it's releasing the boost, the back pressure, and not allowing it to build boost for maybe like a certain amount of time or something like that. So we got a little bit more digging to do, in the laptop. We got a little bit more digging to do.
Oh, never mind. I know.
Oh, Justin already found it.
I have to change the sensor settings.
Oh, the sensor settings?
Yes. We have to change that.
All right. So we've been cruising this thing around a little bit, and we've gotten the fueling cleaned up really good, and it drives really great. There's kind of some odd boost issues that we haven't quite figured out yet. So we're kind of working on that. It's on about 10 pounds of boost right now. We're going to turn it up to about 15 pounds of boost and kind of go from there. Hey guys, we are finally working on Juan's box Chevy Caprice, and Justin and I are in here. We got the laptop going, and now this car hasn't needed too much. We've worked on this for a couple of days now. I got a spot on my head. This car is fairly nice. I think the guy that put it together did a pretty good job. So I really don't have to change a lot. When we were driving around the first time, we noticed that the boost was doing really weird stuff, and that was because of the way that the boost controller was wired up and how it was being used in the Holly. We do things a little bit different. We had to put in a dome pressure sensor and wire that in, so we're kind of driving around right now to hopefully see if we got that fixed. This car runs great though. It drives pretty good. The front tires rub a lot, but it runs pretty good. So we're just gonna drive around a little bit and get some more tuning done. Car rips pretty hard too. It's pretty fast. So yeah, so in the middle of us tuning and figuring out the issue, we ran this thing clean out of gas. So luckily my shop neighbor, I had called him and he was there and hopped in my Trailblazer, and I had a thing of E85 there at the shop. So we'll get this thing topped off. We're pretty sure we fixed the boost issue, but we'll know for sure here in a couple of minutes. All right guys, we got some gas in this thing now, and we're pretty sure we got the boost thing figured out. So there's basically, it just felt like a delay. Like you'd hit the gas pedal and then it would be really delayed, and then flip of a switch, it would take off. So pretty sure we got that figured out. Now we just need to kind of make some rips and test it out. So we'll drop this thing in second gear, do a little brake boost. Woo!
19 pounds.
19 pounds?
That's good.
Yeah, I see, you know, well over triple digits there on the speedometer, so yeah, she's running good, ripping, no delay anymore. So we figured it out. It took us a couple minutes, but we've got her now. This car's pretty fun. All right, guys, she's on about 19 pounds of boost, 16 degrees of timing. It's a little laggy, but it's not too bad. This thing's pretty fast. It rips good. We've got it dialed in pretty good now, so we'll probably put some more fuel in it and just kind of keep checking things over, but I think it does great now. So we'll test the trans brake, and I still need to change the plugs. They do work pretty good right now. There's no concerns really, but we still might change the plugs and change the oil. That way when it goes back to Juan, it's just, you know, 100%. So we'll just keep chipping away at some stuff. Guys, we are taking the Landau to the track tomorrow. So here in Illinois, our local track is Cordova, and they are doing a hangover fest. So it's kind of just more of like a streetcar type of deal. And I talked to Juan, and he said it was cool to run this. He's even probably going to meet us there. So this is going to be pretty sweet. Try to take this car down the track, see how it reacts. Now, this track is not going to be prepped. It's going to be 33 degrees. It's going to be cold. But for some good shakedown passes and to get a time slip, this is going to be pretty sick. So I can't wait. It's going to be fun. We're going to take this car, maybe the Firebird. Jeff might take his Blazer. Cody might take his Dodge Diplomat or Fury. And it'll just be a fun, good day in the middle of the winter to get out and make some hits. So pretty excited about that. We just have to change plugs, oil, look this car over. I want to make sure it's not going to try to kill me or Juan or anybody else. I just want to make sure that everything is tight and good to go. Nothing's going to fall off down the track. So a little bit of maintenance and we're going to hit the track. So before we go to the track, I just kind of wanted to get underneath this thing and check it out. I've got to change the oil anyway, so I just wanted to look at stuff and make sure before we go down the track that this thing's not going to try to kill anybody. So I'm just kind of checking some stuff out. Everything looks pretty good. I can tell that the shifter cable has made contact with the drive shaft a little bit. So I might try to put like a P-clamp or something to try to get that cable away. Cable's stiff, so it's hard to move. But the rear end looks pretty nice. Yukon nodular case, it looks like. Everything back here is pretty nice, looks tight. But something that I did notice, well, a few things. This fuel line is just hanging out on top of the rear end, so I may also put another P-clamp or maybe even just a zip tie up somewhere to get this fuel line off from rubbing on the rear end. And when I was over here, I noticed that the spring was a little loose. And at first I thought it was just because from the car being on the lift that it just kind of fell out. So I look at this one, and this one's pretty tight. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. So then I start checking things out. And I see that this spring is jacked, halfway up the shock. And this one's all the way at the bottom. So not sure why that is, but also it was really rubbing on this lower control arm, and it's smashed on right here. So I'm gonna screw that thing up, get this spring tight, get this thing stop rubbing on this thing, and I'm gonna kind of continue on looking at some more stuff. Nice Holley fuel pump. I mean, other than that, this car is pretty well put together. It just needs a little bit more. And I'm sure that the guy that had this before, or when he built it, maybe he just wasn't quite done with some of this stuff. But everything is super close. So just needs to get tied up a little bit. And I need to make sure that wheels aren't falling off, stuff like that. So just a little maintenance. So draining the oil, you can see there's clearly a little bit of garbage and debris in there. I don't know the history of this motor, but if this is kind of like a junkyard deal and this guy just left the internal stock and didn't clean anything up, this is perfectly normal, nothing I'd worry about yet. I will cut the oil filter open just in case. I mean, there was no sign. Oh, there's a good chunk right there. There's no signs of anything being wrong, really. I'm just gonna cut every filter that I take off. So just a precaution, just gonna look at some stuff. I may run an extra half quart through the engine to try to flush out the bottom of the oil pan here. So we changed the plugs. We got rid of these plugs. Sorry, try to zoom in here. There we go. NGK BKR 7Es. That's not usually what we run. I actually put a TR6 in the car. For this motor and power level, a TR6 is going to be plenty good for what we're doing here. So change the oil, and to me, now I'm just assuming, right? I'm assuming that this may have been like a junkyard engine or something that had some miles on it. and is now becoming a race motor. So it's perfectly normal to see black down there. That's basically just the carbon buildup over the years of this motor, and the new oil is breaking that down, and it's just getting caught in the filter. All right, guys, this is going to be a two-part video. So that's going to be it for today's video. And tune in the next couple of days. We're going to hit the track with this thing. Juan's going to meet up with us, and he might take it down the track, maybe. So thanks for watching and tuning in and subscribing. I appreciate all the love that I've gotten recently. So the channel's growing, and it's doing awesome. It's almost to my 1-year mark on YouTube, and it's been kind of a roller coaster, but it's been pretty fun. So we do have some super cool stuff coming up, the ice racing and some other stuff like that. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot. Tune in. We'll hit the track on the next video. Thanks.